What's up? I'm Tyler Casey. Welcome to Wolf Talk. I'm here with Roberto.
What's up?
If you guys don't know what Wolf Talk is, I still don't know what it is, but it's, I'm just kidding. It's a podcast for creatives, anyone who creates anything. It's mainly based around filmmakers, people who shoot music videos and videographers, and then other creative spaces like artists, people who run studios like Roberto. So anyone who creates anything. So a little bit about Roberto. He's an artist out here in the Bay Area. His name's Kombat with a K. He dropped a project last year, and he's got a few more projects coming this year. He also, as Roberto, he runs Infinite Rhythm Productions, which is a studio. So he does mixing, mastering for artists, and all
recording,
that kind of stuff.
producing beats, all that good stuff.
All that stuff. So what's up, Roberto?
How's it going, man?
It's going. Let me double check the Zoom. We're recording the audio a little different today. It's rolling.
Yeah.
We're good. Let us know if it sounds better, but yeah. Welcome to Wolf Talk, and welcome to your own studio.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So what have you been up to right now?
Man, right now I am currently finishing up the Return of the Dragon EP. Okay, so
sure.
I know you heard a bit of it.
Yeah, we talk every day just for everyone.
Yeah. So I just been working on that and just pretty much growing my business. I'm just I feel like I got to a cool little point now that I'm a little bit more comfortable with, but now I'm trying to take it to that next level now. So that's pretty much what I'm looking
yeah,
at
we'll get into that later about like in a sense you kind of had to take like a break to work on Kombat and build up your Infinite Rhythm, and I still think there is like we both have a lot of building to do, but we'll talk about that.
Always.
But yeah, let's go straight back. So if you guys don't know, Roberto and I have a lot of history. We first linked up in the fourth and fifth grade.
Yep.
Yeah. And
we were comedy legends.
Yeah, we were pretty funny. In we were funny. We were real funny. We were like always doing skits in class and all sorts of stuff like that. Let me ask you. I know music's been a big part of your life, and like it's also
definitely.
like, so tell the audience a little bit about like how was music into your life as a kid? Like what were you doing? Like were you making beats as a kid? What were you doing? Like,
oh man, so my parents actually put me in piano when I was 6. So and I hated it. I hated going every week. I really hated it. I hated practicing. It just wasn't I don't know, I didn't see. I kind of thought it was for girls, at the time too. So it just wasn't. Wasn't for me. But I don't know. I kept, my parents, kept making sure I was practicing, just getting into it. And eventually in middle school, there was like a little piano in the drama room, and I decided to play a song in front of like my classmates, whatever, and everyone really loved it. They're just like, "Oh wow, like, that's so cool! You could play piano." And I was like, "What? Like people think this is cool?" Yeah. And then I got super into it. And then also my dad was a DJ, so he started training me when I was about like 10, 11, and I started going on gigs around like 13, and I started having my own solo gigs around 14, 15 in high school. So it's always been kind of like around me, and I've always I feel like, and then I was producing beats too in high school. I got very big into that, and that's also when I started Kombat, which everyone was against. No one wanted me to be Kombat.
For sure.
But and that's and it influenced me a lot. It always I always got very connected with other artists and stuff. Even through high school, like I was able to meet a lot of people that were into music as well, and it was just cool. Slowly just starting getting into the community, and like, and at that time too, like I didn't even know you can make a living off of it. I thought it was just like literally a hobby or something you just do for fun. And then
as far as like being an artist or like producing,
just anything in music really, just like as far as like producing, recording, mixing, anything. Like I like the way they kind of like portrayed it, like I guess online and stuff, is like you had to be kind of like already have those connections or already like be like amazing at it, or just like I don't know, just it just didn't seem possible at the time. It's just,
it's crazy how much that's changed, because like I feel like everyone feels like there's so much money in music, like anyone can do it now. But like only a few years ago, like it was looked down upon. I mean, people probably still, like parents probably still look down upon being an artist, but I feel like it's becoming more and more accepted just because of the internet and the way things have changed. But
it's like Gary Vee says with the YouTubers, everyone wants to be a YouTuber now, but he says,
everyone's been wanting to be a rapper for a minute.
Everyone wants to be a rapper.
But yeah, that's cool. What kind of stopped the DJing? What I don't know why.
Oh, I stopped the DJing?
Yeah.
I was actually like, not to be like super cocky or nothing, but I was actually like pretty good at DJing. My dad really wanted me to pursue it a lot. Like he thought I had a lot of talent in it, and it was a lot of fun. It was, but it just wasn't for me. It just like I feel like it didn't satisfy me as much as I don't know if that's a good word to, but it did. No,
I understand.
It wasn't fulfilling as much as like it's cool playing other people's music, and I love turning up the crowd. That was awesome, and I always got good vibes. But I just feel like for one, I feel like the stress of moving all that big ass equipment and making sure the client is good, and also like you're always gonna have people coming to your DJ like area complaining. Yeah. You always have someone, like, at least one person that's gonna complain about something, and it got to a point where I almost got like violent one time, and like I was just like, this. It just wasn't for me. And also like I always wanted to be part of the creative process more. Like I wanted to be part of like that song that I was playing in, like that I was DJing. Like I wanted to either produce that song or maybe like I recorded it or something, Yeah. I just wanted to be more involved.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube as well, is in the sense of like, because I want to create this revenue stream where I don't have to be for a client every time. I can also do stuff for myself. I mean, I still do like working with clients, and I still do like working with artists, but like there's a point like where sometimes like I don't want to be forced to have to take these gigs, where I could just do my own thing and like do it on my own terms, like go film out stock footage one day, and like, like you could sit inside, you can make beats, you can make your own music, and like, you could just be chilling off that instead of hauling speakers to a wedding or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we got off subject. We gotta go back to Lil Berto. So Lil Berto was doing DJing, played piano, which is, I think, a cool skill to have, and I'm sure it still comes in handy for producing beats.
Oh, definitely.
Because how much do you think, I mean, how useful has been like being able to play piano help?
Oh, it's probably been everything. Like it's helped me with because I was playing piano before I started DJing, and that helped a lot with just DJing, just as far as like timing or just understanding like reading bars or like just different things like that. And then it helped but like with producing, it's like everything with producing. Like it's like you have to know your chords, your different keys, like just you just have to be very familiar with it. Cool. So yeah.
And then I was also gonna ask, because like you kind of said you didn't like DJing, but like, do you think DJing as well has influenced like who you are today, as far as like,
definitely,
like has it helped, like, I don't know, like recording, mixing and mastering, has it helped anything with that?
Yeah, it helped me definitely get more inspired with it. Like I definitely, when towards the end of my like DJing career, I guess you could say, like I definitely got way more inspired and motivated to be like a recording artist or to record other artists and produce and everything. Like it just I don't know, just seeing the reaction of other people in the crowd, like the way they reacted to certain songs was just amazing. Like I used to love playing like Sage or like I Am Sue and stuff like that. And just seeing the reaction like from like that hypey stuff that like I was just like, wow, like that's it's to have that type of influence, just amazing. Like and I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's tight. But yeah, so let's go to high school. We'll go back on the story of me and you later. Yeah. How we linked up again. But so in high school, what was it like? So you're making beats. I remember in high school we kind of linked back up. You were like producing beats, and then you were DJing. So around senior year, what was your kind of plan like for college and whatnot? Like, what did you think you wanted to do like senior year?
So I'm not gonna lie, I was in a like before I was into music, probably like mid high school, my parents kind of like, they were like, oh, I'm about going to college, like every parent, like, oh, you need to go to college, figure out what you want to do and figure it out. And I had no clue what I wanted to do. So pretty much towards then I realized that music was a part of my life, and that's what I wanted to pursue. So my parents were like, you need to go to college for it. Like no matter what, you need to figure something out. So around my senior year, senior year, I was looking around colleges. I was about to go to Minnesota. Like I was looking at I forgot, it's called McNally College of Music. I wanted to go there really bad.
Was it pricey or what?
It was just like too far and pricey, it's just like, it's Minnesota, like that's the most random place you could go. Like
it's pretty random.
It wasn't a good place. And after that, I wanted to go to LA, to Pinnacle out there. I was looking at Expressions, but Expressions was ridiculously expensive. And I just kept looking around, and eventually I ended up looking at in Sacramento at Pinnacle College there. And Sacramento's nice and cheap. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's not too far from my parents as well, so it's it just like I was close to the family as well.
Cool.
And but yeah, so it's pretty much just my whole plan was going to school, but I really wanted to be an artist. Like that's like, you know, to please the parents. Definitely went to school, you know, to be. I didn't even want to be an engineer at the time. I hated engineering, but I wanted to be an artist. Like that's what I wanted to do.
So you wanted to be an artist, but you were going to school to like please your parents and say, hey, I'm gonna go to school.
Yeah.
When you were going to school, did you have like, was becoming an engineer anything like, was that in your head at all? Were you like, maybe I could do this, or were you just like, I'm just here to like, did you even want to engineer your own stuff, or did you just want like?
Oh no, I wanted to engineer my own stuff, definitely. I'm a very, I feel like, creative person, so I like anytime like I think of like, I always love to add like different weird effects and stuff to my music. I always like to add like different elements to it, like sound design and stuff. But what was I gonna say? But during school, but like, I'm glad I went to school though, like because during it, that's when I met one of my really good homies, shout out Carrick. He almost like put me on in engineering. Like he really like helped me understand like compression and EQing and stuff, and we started engineering other artists in the area. And it just like, I don't know, I just I've always been like business minded too. Like I've always wanted to I never really saw it as a business opportunity or saw money in it until I started bringing some artists over to record, and I started seeing just like it just started opening my eyes to it. And and then eventually I got more influenced in it. And funny enough, the person who inspired me to be able to think like I could be an artist, I could also engineer, I could also produce and stuff is Childish Gambino, you know, Donald Glover. Like he totally inspired me, because that man does like comedy, he does acting, he writes for movies, he does his music, he does so much, and he's good at everything, and he just proved that you can do it. You just have to put your mind to it and work hard.
Yeah. And I think we see like a lot of artists even out here in the Bay Area, like doing, like, I don't know, producing and recording their own songs, or mixing and mastering their own songs.
Oh yeah.
And their quality. So I think it's becoming a lot more common. And there's even artists who like shoot their own videos, and like Amine directs his own videos and does all that. So I mean, I think there's there's certain people who can like have different traits.
Exactly. Just takes time and work.
But yeah, so another question I had. So you're in school, you're mixing and mastering. Do you think kids these days need to go to school if they want to, like, let's say they want to be an engineer? Do you think they should go to a school like you went to? Like, is that considered an art school?
Or it was a trade school.
Trade school. Okay,
trade
cool.
School, yeah.
So do you think would you recommend them going to something like that?
That's a good question. My whole standpoint on it is it depends on the person. Like, you have to be a very self-motivating person not to go. Like, if I didn't go to school, I don't think I'd be where I'm at, because going to that school, surrounding myself with all individuals like that, with teachers that are in the industry, getting paid in that, definitely opened my eyes to all of it. And I feel like, so that's why it's like, yes, like I feel like I wouldn't be against it. But at the same time, a lot of the stuff I did learn is all on YouTube. You could go to other studios and try to intern at other studios. You will learn, you know, pretty much the same stuff, I'd say. And so it just really depends on the person. If you're a self-starter and able to like push yourself to learn on your own, heck yeah, you could learn that. You could read a bunch of books, go on YouTube. YouTube is amazing.
YouTube, you can learn. Or even there's even those sites like I don't remember the exact name of it, but you like pay like $20 a month. And you have like access to like every like more higher grade tutorials.
Like, where they actually give you projects and stuff.
Yeah, with like courses and whatnot. So I think it also comes down to cost. Too, I think if you can't afford it, don't count yourself short, and you can easily just go ahead and teach yourself. I think that goes with the whole self-starting thing. Definitely. But yeah, let's go back to, because I think we're at the point where we need to introduce where you moved back home from college. So we need to go back. We need to talk about how me and you linked up. So Roberto and I were friends in 4th and 5th grade. We used to kick it. I don't think we ever did anything video or music related together. We played Dance Dance Revolution together. We did. We loved Dance Dance Revolution. Yeah, and Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 2. Yep. And then we did make skits together all the time though. Like we wrote jokes and stuff together. Like, we did creative stuff together. We definitely did. We never like really did like what we're doing now. So then we went to different middle schools, and then we didn't link up to about, I'd say like senior or junior year, and we kind of just saw each other and kind of like chopped it up. And then it was really fast. It was really fast. He went off to college. He went out to SAC, and then I went to community college at DVC, and I did like some editing stuff, and like I got into video. I was working at In-N-Out Burger, and then Roberto slid through in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And then his dad recognized me. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then Berto was in the back, and then like we just started talking. I was like, "Hey, give me your number. Like we'll link up."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I do music," and I was like, "I do videos."
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't really shot a music video at this time for any other artist. It was like the music videos that I have shot were just like messing around with friends and stuff like that. I've never shot like someone who's actually made a song and then recorded that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been like, I don't know, like the Black Eyed Peas or something, you know, just messing around.
Ice Baby.
Yeah, Ice Baby. Something like that. So then we linked up. Oh, we were messaging on Facebook, and then I was like, "Hey, send me some tracks."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And then you sent me a few tracks. I'm like, send me another track.
This was starting Kombat.
This was starting Kombat. So I was like, I'm not really feeling that one. Like, I was being pretty picky, but like, I'm happy I was picky, because if we picked a track that I didn't like it just wouldn't have been fun.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
So he finally and this is like a great way if like you want to get into anything, like shooting music videos, being an artist, starting a recording studio, starting a photography business, anything. This is what you have to do. You have to link up with someone who's trying with a similar goal as you, and just kind of do it for free and do it for the love. So
no, we traded off work though. I did.
Oh yeah, we did trade off work.
Yeah, yeah.
Traded off work. But I mean, you were into that too.
Yeah, I composed music for his documentary. That's what.
Yeah,
we did.
I made a documentary in school, and then he composed music.
Yeah,
that was tight.
That was a cool documentary too.
That was cool.
Good.
Yeah, it's on my channel way far down if people want to find it. Back to the subject. So I was planning this music video. I found a location. It was the abandoned road. Slaughterhouse in Antioch. We went out there and we shot the music video. It was the first music video I shot. It was pretty crazy. We're gonna do a reaction video to that video, so I won't get too into depth with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so we were just talking throughout then, and then we didn't shoot another video for you for like 6 months. It was a while. It was a while. Like,
it was a little bit, because the next one was In My Zone, right?
Yeah, and that was a while though. Like I had different gear by then. It was super different.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was a few months.
It was a few months. Yeah, I don't think it was like 6 months or anything.
Yeah, so we shot another video, and then from there we just kept shooting videos together. And then
it was a few months because I was already moved back. That's right. Yeah.
He was just down for the weekend on that. And then he moved back, and then we just started shooting music videos.
That's right. Yeah.
And then what else happened after that?
That's when I believe around the time you quit your job.
No, I didn't quit my job for a while. I was still working. We were just shooting music videos, and then I started taking the music video thing more serious. I shot like my first music videos. And then Berto, we kind of traded off work. I would shoot a free music video for him, and then he would just come help me on set. And like, how beneficial do you think that was, like coming on, helping on my sets?
It was actually, at first I didn't think much. You know, I was like, okay, like I'm just helping out to get some videos, whatever. But not only did I learn video stuff, you know, like not only I learned some lighting and maybe some like little settings or whatnot, just like, you know, just like normal basic stuff. Yeah. But I was able to connect with some of his clients that were, you know, recording music and stuff, which later actually became potentially my clients. Yeah. So it kind of.
I honestly think like every video that you've helped on, most of them, like especially early, like has honestly came back around to be like one of your clients and like make you money in the long run. And it's pretty crazy. Like that literally became like some of your client lists, and like we pass work on like back and forth. Like there are times like where he's given me music video clients, and like that really helped start each other's businesses, because he was running the studio, I was shooting music videos, he would show his music, or he would show his clients my music videos that I shot for him or other clients, and then like we kind of just created this community. And I think that was like I feel like that's like a relationship that we see a lot. Like I don't know, there's a few other places that have like recording studios and like video studios in the same spot.
Definitely. They go hand in hand.
Yeah, they're hand in hand. So it's like, I think that worked out pretty good. So
yeah, it was perfect. It's just crazy how when we met again, the chances of that happening. I think that's what's insane.
We haven't seen each other like, I don't know, years. I would almost say like 4th grade, because like senior year, like we just saw each other. Like I was working on a video. He's like they were recording like a rap at the same house, and then like I was like, hey, what's up, like you remember going to 4th grade? And then like I was like, all right, see you around.
Yeah, it was really like and
then it was crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
You said, I'm going to start up this studio, correct? That was your idea, right? When you moved back, didn't you want to like move back home and just start working on a studio?
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, like I still had, okay, yeah, so I moved back. Okay, we'll go from there. Yeah, I moved back. I had my starting, like since the beginning it's always been about Kombat. I want to push my artist stuff, and that's what it definitely was. So when I moved back, I did I had the idea of the studio, but it still hasn't like completely dawned on me. Like it didn't like completely click in my head that I can run a studio. So I was like producing a lot, just making music, and then I was just looking for other jobs. Like I was just looking for jobs right now, but I was looking for something in the industry. So I was looking for like studios and stuff to internet. I was just trying to find some way to get myself in the industry, but at that time I needed to make money. So that's when I found the life insurance job and everything. And during that time is when I was working life insurance, we worked completely off commission. So I'd be going to random people's houses and getting like their social security number, a bunch of stuff to make that sale. And it's something that I just learned in like a month or two.
Oh, so, yeah, I remember now. So so you got the skills of selling things, and then you're like, hey, and then you just started recording people.
Exactly, yeah. So I recorded my first client. I remember it was free and everything, and he never came back. It was like he came in, I guess it was in my bedroom in my parents' house, so, but yeah, he never came back. So I was like, okay, like, it was kind of like demotivating in a sense. Like I was like, oh, like maybe I can't do this. And pretty much, but when I was in the insurance, it's just like from all the skills that I learned from just seeing how they ran the business, I was like, you know what, I could do this too. And what I did was I took their way of getting into homes and stuff, and I used it on my own. So the way they got in was they gave like little free health benefit things or whatever, and they got in the home and they sold the life insurance. So I was like, what happens if I gave a free hour to like random artists, whatever? They come in, and then I sell them on the mixing, and then from there, we keep moving forward. So
and how much was the mix at that point? Because was it like $25?
No, my mix, I was selling my mixes for like $40. Like, okay, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so I remember like,
but I never cut myself too short though. Like, yeah, it was never like.
You had a hell of people coming in though, because like anyone I told was like, yeah, you go and get a free hour and like you could record like. But then I remember you had some people get mad. They're like, what? I thought the song was free.
Oh yeah. It was a lot of miscommunication, which I learned from, and then I made sure I kind of like made it more. I was just more detailed in it. I became more open about it.
Would you withhold the song from an artist? So let's say they come in, you text, his name's Lil Joe. And you hit him up on Instagram. Hey, Lil Joe, I run a studio out here in Kentucky, and I want you to come in. I'm going to offer you a free hour. Yeah. And like no free of charge. If he doesn't want to pay for the mix, but he wants the song, would you give it to him?
Okay. When I first started, I was a little I was very ignorant to the industry, so I didn't know about too much about the studios and stuff, and I kind of like had my own rules. So so I think in the beginning I actually did withhold songs. Like they record their hour, and I was kind of Suge-Knighting it. I was just like, you know what, like, oh, like you can't pay for the mix, okay, like, well, that's it, And yeah. I think that was probably for maybe like the first or second time, and then eventually I started giving them the no mixes, because my whole fear was I didn't want them to go home with the no mix and then release that on SoundCloud or whatever, or record it at Infinite Rhythm. And then it's just like, well, I didn't even get to mix it,
Exactly.
Like, so like that was my whole thing, and I was going about it the wrong way, but I think I had like the right idea. Like it was just like I was just trying to figure out the business.
I mean, I think it was a good way to start out as well, and I think
and it worked.
I don't think withholding the mix is that bad of a thing, since they're getting a free hour. Well, technically,
it's intellectual rights, so technically it is their.
Since they recorded it,
I've been checked. I have been checked later on.
Well, what if they sign a contract?
They did actually sign a contract. Actually, that is right. Every session I used to have a contract. Every session I had a recording contract and a mixing contract, and it had all the rules on it, and I was very, very professional with it. And that was my big thing too, and that's what I learned from the insurance, is that we got into these random people's homes and stuff because we looked so professional, and because we upheld ourselves at a professional level to where there was no question of who we were. And it and that's the way I kind of ran the studio. It's like when they came in, even though it was in a bedroom and everything, I made sure it was like getting run like the Grow Studios or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I made sure they had that, they were comfortable, and they just felt like I knew what I was doing, which I did at the time, for as much as I knew at the time. So it's like, yeah. But,
cool. Yeah. So then the studio grew, and then
Yeah, I started in my in the bedroom. My parents had like a two-story house, so I started in my bedroom upstairs. So clients would come completely through the house upstairs up into my bedroom. I'm surprised and it was only a couple clients. So my parents weren't like tripping too bad, but I'm not gonna say they didn't believe in me either, but it's like they definitely supported me. That's obviously why I had the studio there and everything. Like they were completely supportive. But I don't think they thought it was gonna grow like crazy. You know, like okay, like he's gonna do this. He's gonna find an internship at another studio and move on from there. But eventually I started having that idea like, okay, like I could go intern from another studio for years and eventually learn from that person for years and then start my own thing from scratch. By that time, I'm already like almost 30. Like, it's like, what am I doing? You know, like helping someone else's studio when I could like start from scratch. And yeah, it's a hassle and it's really hard, but you know, like where I'm at now, I feel like wouldn't have happened if I was at another studio. So but pretty much, yeah, I started in the bedroom, and then we had like another spare room downstairs that was connected to the backyard. And eventually when the clientele kind of got to that point, I was able to kind of like remake a studio down there, and I was able to use that for maybe I want to say like a year or two.
It was about like a year,
about a year and a half, maybe.
And that was a lot more comfortable. It felt more like a studio. And yeah, I think we did a lot of in-studio videos there.
We did in-studio videos,
we collabed on those. We did, I don't know if we ever filmed one of your videos there. But we did a lot of like in-studio videos, and then we shot you a bunch of promos. And I think it did pretty well. Like
it did really well cool, for what it was, being in like suburb housing.
Oh, yeah. Like, and then, we totally skipped over this. So you were working that job, and then you're kind of in between because you had like a decent amount of clients. Like you were like almost too busy, and
no, that's not what happened at all.
No.
You
had no clients?
I had no clients. I was making $80 a month off of my studio at the time. Yeah, it was.
But you had no time to even do that because
I didn't, because
you were working so much.
They were pushing me so hard in the insurance thing. And what's funny enough is my mentor at the time, I was trying to not work one day because I had a session. I wanted to run that session because that's what I wanted to do. And he pretty much told me like, no, like you can't. You're not gonna make money in this. Like keep doing insurance, because I was making really good money in the insurance. But it's not what I loved, you know. And pretty much that same, I was pissed. I called Tyler actually.
He called me
that weekend. I was heated. Just what the just going off. And I quit that week, and I pretty much started running the business. And I wanted to say what helped push me to actually like make money, I guess, is I was, like I said, I was barely making $80, like $100, $200 a month, like nothing. When I left that company, the insurance company, someone backed out of one of the contracts that I had, and I was under $1,200. So they put me straight to collections, and I had to pay that next month, like kind of thing. And I was like, how I'm gonna do this? Like, I need to make $1,200 in this business. And at that time, I was only making like $200, $300. That's all the clients I had. That next month, I busted my butt, and I'm making the $1,200 for
that's
the thing.
Sick.
So it just showed me that, man.
And that's like what? If you work 40 hours a week at a minimum wage job, what's minimum wage?
At the time, it was like $9 an hour. I want to say like it was like
we'll
9.
say 10. I think
we'll say 10. No, it's 9 at the time.
I'm doing 10.
It's 9.
It's easier math.
Okay.
So that's like 400. Is that 400 a week?
It's 400 a week if you do 40 hours a week. If that's full time.
Yeah.
If we're doing math, 1,200, 12, about like 15, 16.
Yeah.
15, 16.
But then with taxes, you're about.
Oh, taxes is gonna take you down to like.
Yeah, you're at like 13.
12,
you're at like 13, 12. So I mean, that's like a minimum wage full time. But the difference of that is you're 1 second.
Very good.
Can't talk. The difference of that is, obviously, I don't want to say it for you, but I mean, you're probably a lot happier working.
Oh, a lot happier. And it leaves you room to grow. Like I could be working that minimum wage job for 3-4 years, let's say, and I'm going to be making the same stagnant amount. Let's say maybe $1 raise, if that, which is barely nothing. In this business, the same 3 years that I've been in was able to like grow exponentially, as far as the income or whatever it is, like, or even if it's not income, it's connections in the industry. If it's not that, it's like, I don't know, whatever else. I can't think of anything else right now, but a lot of it's like the networking and the, and just like all of that in itself.
Exactly. I mean, not only with your prices not even with your prices raising, but also just like, if you get packages like, hey, I need you to record my whole mixtape or something like that. Like,
or even getting more clients,
exactly,
like
more
that
clients.
Just raises more of that. And it just like, and if you're good and people like you, it's word of mouth. You're gonna get referred.
Yeah.
And referrals is the key in this industry. I feel like you could go out to a random person and tell them you're good, but if their best friend tells them you're good, boom, that's a sale. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So I feel like that's what I learned in insurance too. That was the big thing. How we strive was off of referrals.
Yeah.
So.
So when quitting that job, even though you weren't getting paid as much, do you think it was, obviously you do think it's worth it, but like, how was your quality of life compared to like, like your happiness, like doing something that you're passionate about compared to like just doing something from a check? Like, do you think the pay cut was worth it in a sense?
Oh yeah, definitely. The pay cut was amazing. Like it not the pay cut itself, but I guess I meant
I love making less money. I love making less money.
No, but besides the fact of doing what you love, it definitely the happiness was there. Like I turned into a grade A douchebag working at the insurance place. Like
I remember that.
Yeah, I was a huge douchebag. Like because you're around an environment of just like super like cocky individuals that are constantly like in your face teaching you and stuff. So being around that type of community and being around those type of people definitely.
I mean, there's people in any of that in
anywhere
industry.
definitely yeah in any industry, yeah, definitely you're gonna have like those type of people. But I just feel like as a salesman, they're like all
you're passionate about.
Yeah, your one goal is just to make that sale. You don't care about the person, whatever. Like they could say whatever, but it's they want to eat. They have a family to feed too. Like that's what it is. And I feel like just the quality of life, just going to something you love. It took stress off of me a little bit, and even the stress that having my own business took. It was worth it, like, because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love, it's like, like I truly love this.
And sometimes to this day, like I still forget that, like,
oh yeah, you forget it. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so stressed out about all these videos or whatever I have to do. But then I just like look back and I'm like the amount of money I just made in like 5 hours, like I would literally probably work like 3 days at like a restaurant or something, like, it's insane. So sometimes you just gotta like keep that perspective and like remember like where you came from in a sense.
Oh, definitely. You always it humbles you like a lot. And because I go through that too. Sometimes I'll have like long 10-hour days or whatever with a bunch of clients, and like I'm getting annoyed at some of these clients or something or whatever it is, and I just sit back and I'm like, wow, like I could be busting my butt at a car wash right now making less, but I'm over here sitting down
in an air conditioned room,
and
like doing something that people don't think is a job.
Exactly. And I think that on its own is it's very fulfilling.
Awesome. So recording, mixing, and mastering while being an artist, how do you think like running a studio has helped you be who you are as Kombat?
Oh, exponentially. I feel like I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of different clients coming in. First off, I get a lot of different type of genres and flows and different type of things, and even subconsciously it influences me. Like I might hear an idea that someone had, and it's like I could kind of like not like take it or steal that idea, but it influences
stealing flows
and stealing songs. No, but you could really like you. I'm not saying that.
Oh,
no, but
watch out.
Yeah, I know. Taking your hit. No, but no, it definitely like I'll just get influenced. So it's just like I'll hear something that I like, and it's like, okay, cool, like that will spark another idea, which might spark a bigger idea to a really good song. And I feel like that's back to it. So yeah, so definitely being an artist in a studio or running a studio definitely helps. So not only getting inspired and everything, it's also great networking. For each client that comes in, I could show them my new music or whatever, and that's how I also promote Tyler. Like I'll show them the new music video. Like they're like, wow, who did your video? Boom, that's Tyler. Oh, like the mixing of this is amazing. I want to get my song mixed. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just helps out.
I've seen artists use that as a selling point too. Like, oh, I mixed this myself. Come to the studio and like you can sound like me. You can always do it that way, but.
Exactly, yeah, and it also it helps my fan base. Like, it definitely got bigger because of this. Big one is features. Let's say I want someone that sounds like this or whatever. I need a conscious rapper. I need a hyphy rapper. I need this type of element to my song. I have all those options now. I need a male singer. I need a female singer.
You know who's in your arsenal, and you already have their numbers. They're already in the studio. Like, hey,
we've already worked together multiple times, so we understand each other. So it's great, and their fan, and there's a lot of cross promotion. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's helped a lot out. It's nice.
Especially when I think you used to come on video shoots. I mean, you still do every now and then, but when you come out on video shoots, you made like not only connections for like artists to like come record, but you also make connections of like people to do features with. Like one of the biggest people I think that's like still our homie is Dars. Like I linked up with him. I actually filmed that video at your parents' house.
At my parents' house.
I was like, hey, like I need a spot to like film a black backdrop scene.
Yeah.
It's for the video for show. So I was like, hey, just slide through. I had Dars come through, and then we filmed, and then like I was like, and then you guys ended up producing a beat. And did you guys make that song that day?
We made the song that day.
Yeah, we made a song the first day we ever linked up. So
yeah,
that's pretty crazy. What's the name of that song?
Getaway, I believe.
Yeah, it took like a year to drop, and now it's out.
We dropped it. Yeah. Shout out Dars. Yeah,
shout out Dars.
Yeah, everything went crazy with that song. He mixed it too, actually. Yeah, so he went crazy in the mixing. I was gonna say too, the other good thing too, going to video shoots with Tyler is for surely has to be with other engineers as well. Like we've been at other studios where I was able to talk to other engineers. We've been at an orchestra place where I was able to talk to the engineer there about how he was setting up mics for like crazy ass tubas and like just like a whole orchestra, you know, like, and I was able to peep some game on that, you know. A lot of people, they think like people are just asking stuff, but with me, man, like I'll learn, like I will take what the hell you taught me and I will like implement it somehow. So definitely like it has helped me a lot. So
I was gonna ask you what's the most memorable video shoot that you've been on with me? Wait, we're not getting. Wait, check. Yeah, we're good. We good.
No, we're good. Yeah.
That shit scared me. What's the most memorable? That shit scared me.
Yeah.
What's the most memorable video shoot that you've been on? Like helped on with me?
Oh, memorable. That's tough. There's been a couple that already pop into my head right now. I want to say Dars definitely, because the two biggest shoots, that Are You Down For Me For Show, like
that was a fun shoot.
That was a really fun shoot.
I have a photo like where me and you like loaded up Julie's car.
My
friend's car, and like we're like standing out front of her car. We mobbed out to San Francisco, and then you and Julie went and got pizza.
Yeah, got pizza for everybody.
It was a crazy shoot.
It was a good shoot. That was cool. Like the Guala shoot.
The Guala shoot was probably one of the best shoots because like we had the fire department called on us. If you guys want to check it out, just YouTube Guala and then DARZ. Dars.
Pulling up in foreign cars.
He said what? Yeah, so we filmed that, and then we had the police department called on us. We snuck into like an abandoned warehouse out in Richmond. Yeah, that was pretty memorable.
Yeah, that was a very memorable shoot.
Yeah.
I want to say like my favorite memorable shoot of like something you shot for me would definitely be, I wouldn't say Dare. Dare was definitely like a crazy. We had Hatch there. I mean, we shot at a abandoned haunted house.
It was not abandoned haunted house.
It wasn't abandoned. Oh, it was a
fully functional haunted house that goes down in Pleasanton.
Yeah,
it was crazy though, because like we didn't eat or drink. We were like drinking like old warm water bottles that we found in the haunted house. That was disgusting. And like we didn't eat or drink for like, how long was that? That was like an 8-hour shoot.
It was a long shoot.
And it was just like,
we got pizza and beer after though, so
it was creepy though, because like the haunted house was running and I actually got scared a few times. And then Berto dropped, he was operating a snorri cam. So if you guys don't know what a snorri cam is, it's where the camera's strapped onto your body.
Yeah.
And we attach Hatch's, shout
out
Hatch 86 Films. He's going to be on here soon. We attach Hatch 86 Films GH4 to his body, and we had like a wide angle like lens. And then Berto bumped into something and knocked the camera almost into water in the haunted house.
Yeah, that was...
And then he lied to Hatch about it.
I did? Okay. I was scared. I was really...
He was so afraid. He's like, I don't know what happened. But yeah, he just whacked some shit with it. But it's a cool video. I think we have BTS on my channel somewhere, and the video's on my channel as well. So make sure to go peep that if you guys are interested. That's just Dare by Kombat with a K. But yeah, those are some pretty memorable shoots. I got a question. So back on the subject of studios, what do you think, what advice do you have for someone who wants to like start up a studio just like you do? Like a kid who's like 17 wants to get into mixing and mastering. Like what advice do you have? Like what would you say?
I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
Just stop.
Just stop right now. No, I'm totally kidding. I've been actually getting a couple questions on my Infinite Rhythm Instagram about that. Just like starting out, I would definitely put some money to aside for like decent equipment. You know, you definitely want to be able to give clients like something that cannot, I mean, it doesn't need
Let's
to be.
say they can't even afford a mic. Like, where should they start?
If you can't afford a mic, I wouldn't probably start a recording studio.
Well, let's say they just want to like start practicing their skills.
Oh, if you want to start practicing, definitely. Like I personally started, I remember when I got Pro Tools, like I got like a super LE version because I couldn't afford the new Pro Tools, and I used a little dynamic mic, like this, like the one I'm holding right now. And that's how I used to record into, like, I was holding it and I'd like record it into Pro Tools and try. So it's like really, like the first thing I would suggest is do anything in your power to start. So it's like, if you can't afford any type of program or you can't download any type of program, get Audacity. Get Audacity, get it on your computer, get a USB mic or something like $20 mic, and just start recording. Learn how to get your levels. Learn how how different things sound. Learn put an EQ on your vocal and see if I put a high pass filter and I move it to the middle, how does it sound? I'm taking out the bass and everything. How just little things like experiment, and a lot of it's just getting very familiar with the tools that you need. So it's just like as far as I always tell people, if you get Pro Tools, learn Pro Tools, learn the shortcuts, learn how to learn where everything is, because you don't want to look dumb when you have an artisan and
especially they know more about Pro Tools. If
they know more than you do,
showing up and they're paying you per hour.
You're not gonna get that client back, and most likely they're gonna talk a lot of crap about you. So there's
before
that.
You actually have paying clients, like what I would say is like, even though I've never ran a recording studio, is do it with your friends. Like, record yourself, have your friends over, like record stuff for fun, just practice.
Definitely do it for fun.
Watch tutorials. Like, also the biggest thing is collaborating with other people who are doing the exact same thing as you.
Yes,
like,
that's huge.
Like down the street has Pro Tools and they have a recording studio the same size as Berto's or something, like link up with them, be like, hey, I'd love to come help out. I'd love to come watch. Love to wash your car. I don't know. If someone washed your car right now, would you like, and vacuumed it, would you like hook them up with some free tutorials?
Oh, hell yeah. I'd give them, yeah, definitely.
Come wash Berto's car.
Someone needs to wash my car right now. It actually just got washed. That's not too bad. Right. But what was I gonna say? Shit. But yeah, no, I guess I had nothing to say.
No, yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I mean, you gotta start out small. Definitely don't hack software.
Yeah. I'm very.
I was being sarcastic.
No. It is a big. One of my teachers definitely got into my head. As hard as we work to.
Keep talking.
Okay. As hard as we work to get to mix songs, and engineer and stuff, those people that make those programs and make those softwares and plugins or whatever, they work just as hard to get that stuff up and running. So that's why it's just like buying movies. It's like Tyler works very hard to direct and get all those equipment together and everything, and people just torrent movies.
That's true. No, I do agree, and I would be mad if
you should buy the movie. And same thing with music. People torrent music. We work a lot. Like, people pay a lot of money for producers, for studio time, for promo, for marketing, for videos.
It's true.
And people just take it off of YouTube. It's just like, it's like, man, like, people work very hard for that. And I feel like you can do that. Just make sure buy their song here and there, buy some merchandise.
It's all about supporting, and I think one way to go about it is, if you're a kid and you don't make any money, I would say there's a time where torrented software is somewhat acceptable.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I didn't have torrented software.
Like, I had torrented editing software, and I think it's acceptable until a point like where you can start making money, because for Adobe Premiere, like the whole suite, it's like, I don't know, let's just say I think it's like $50 a month. If you're a student, it's even cheaper. It's like $25. But like, if you can't make $50 a month off your craft, like, I mean, that's pretty easy. Like, you can like $50, like, you could say like, hey, I'll shoot a video for, like, you can even shoot 2 videos for $25.
No, definitely. Either you suck or you're not working hard enough. It's honestly one or the other.
That's
like,
true.
You're not working hard enough or you suck. Like, it's like one or the other. Like, and usually if you're not working hard enough, you suck.
Like, if you have like a decent amount of like if you have a simple microphone in your room and you can mix a song like half decent and someone has no clue, you should be able to offer them enough value to like give you like
definitely. It's like
$25. I don't know how much. I know recording software is expensive though.
Oh yeah, Pro Tools. Well, how much did I pay? It's like right now it's like $700. Like, like $600-$700.
That's a
very
lot,
expensive,
especially up front. Do they have
No, they have subscription plans. Yeah, definitely. You can pay like $50 a month. I don't know the actual amount, but you can pay a subscription plan. There's a lot of things. It's just like my whole ideology of it is that if I'm making money and I'm in it, I'm gonna you
definitely have to invest in the beginning. But I know it's hard in the beginning to even get that initial jump.
Oh, it's very hard. Like I use the money from the insurance that we were talking about earlier to first invest into my business. And I used my last too. I had like a little bit of a savings. I used the whole thing and I went completely zero in again. Like, and because I truly believed in it. And that's how much passion I feel like someone needs to have when they're getting into something like this. Like you quitting your job, like, you just quit. Like, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's a great feeling though. It's a great feeling quitting.
It's a great feeling and it's a horrible feeling at the same time.
It's so scary.
You're so scared, but
so scared.
It's very optimistic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is a cool question. I thought of this on the way here.
Ooh.
What do you notice in artists who are succeeding and doing well when you record them? Like an artist, like what do you notice the difference between artists who are just like not doing so well, like their music, like they're not like really, you can obviously tell when an artist is like more put together and more professional. Like what do you notice like about an artist who's like taking music more seriously? Like how
it's like anything that you're into. It's like videos, for example. Like if you see that you're not getting clients, that you're not that your work is not progressing and it just kind of seems like all over the place and stuff, it's obviously because you're not putting that time and energy into your craft that you want. I feel like it's kind of like the law of attraction, law of universe. Like the amount of energy you put into it is the amount of energy you're going to get back. And if you're not putting that much energy and you're just complaining, you're not going to get much back. And as far as the question goes with the artists, like I see the ones that are coming in, like they'll spend like say 2 hours on one song, and that's great. Like you're being very like you're making sure you're very you're being very picky with your song and you're making sure it's as good as it can possibly be. That's great, but I feel like you should do that before the studio, like as far as like making like for example, like Tupac came in for like an hour, made 3 or 4 songs every hour, and that's just because before he came in he practiced the songs over and over and over and over again until it was perfect, and made sure that when you're done with the studio and you have your song released, they're going out to different venues or different areas or different people and promoting their song. They're putting on blogs or paying for a little bit of marketing, or they're doing anything in their power to get that song out there or to make sure that song sounds good. And I feel like a lot of that goes because a lot of people, like, they'll record their song and stuff and they won't do anything for weeks on end. They'll just put that song out and it's like they're like, oh, why do I have this many plays? Or even if why is my song's not sounding good or I'm not progressing, it's because you're not practicing. It's a lot of it's like, just make sure you practice before you get in the studio. I feel like that's the big one. Like if you don't have your verse down, like, or your song down, like how much are you expected to accomplish in the studio? And I don't have a problem with that. I get paid per hour. It's cool. Like,
it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. But
I mean, we all want to see our artists succeed.
We do, yes, exactly. And that's why I get so passionate when I see someone that comes in and they're struggling on a song they should have already had done. And it's just like, cool, whatever. I'm getting paid, but at the same time, but I care. It's like, I know, I see the potential. I see potential in all my artists. I believe any one of my artists can succeed and be successful. Any one of them, no question. It just depends on how much work and effort you're gonna put into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One more question before I get into the questions people asked on Instagram and our little segment. My question is, as an artist yourself, so you balance this life of being an artist, trying to put out mixtapes and stuff like that, and collaborate with other artists, and you're running the studio. How hard is that balance, especially when you're mixing and mastering your own stuff? Like, how's it?
I feel like I'm just now getting my balance together. Like, it's pretty crazy because a lot of it's just experience. I feel like because even when I went to Scott's studio, the Slabwagon, shout out Scott. One of the first questions I asked him was, how do you balance your life? Like, that's one of the first things I asked him. And he told me like for all the years that he had an experience, like he had to find that balance in his life. And it's hard, like, because you got to think, like, not only am I balancing the business and balancing Kombat, I'm balancing a relationship, I'm balancing my life in general, like making sure I'm mentally good, like making sure I'm not getting strained. I have other family I got to make sure I see, it's like it's a lot of things, you got friends you want to make sure you check up on. It's a lot to do within your life. So how do you balance all of it? And it's just like you fail and you learn, like,
exactly.
And like pretty much for me was I had to take time off from Kombat to make sure Infinite Rhythm was running, because I was trying to get my own place. I was making sure my studio was going good. So I knew I had to make that sacrifice of taking. I had to change the balance a little bit to, you know, to make sure Infinite Rhythm was running.
Set up some long-term, like, you know, set up
longevity,
more long-term.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, you know, just busting out hella combat stuff back at home.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the combat, like, being an artist is going to take a little bit longer. So focus on the studio, trying to set up, like, more of a stable income.
Exactly.
Which is smart.
And it all goes hand in hand, because the more Infinite Rhythm took off, the more, like, I took a break from Kombat and I just released a video. I've been getting more love and views from that video than the last one I did 5 months ago without dropping a bunch of stuff. So that just shows, like, I feel like all, like, let's say the clients or the networking I've done in that time with Infinite Rhythm has helped already.
Yeah,
with
it continues to pay off.
It continues to pay off. Yeah. So even though I'm taking that break, it's not really taking a break. It's weird. But as of recently, I've been able to find more of a balance of being able to work out with my producing. Like, I'll wake up in the morning, eat some breakfast, I'll produce a song, and then I'll get to my mixing. And then maybe Mondays I'll do some Kombat, Tuesdays will be Infinite Rhythm, Wednesday, you know. So it's just like going back and forth and just learning how to just manage your time. And a lot of it's writing down your goals, writing down your plans, writing down, you know, weekly, daily goals, monthly goals.
I think about just writing things that you want to, like, accomplish on a day is, like, the most important thing. But we're about to get into our segment.
Let's get it.
Berto was supposed to make me a cool intro on the last one. I wanted, like, cool sounds, and I wanted him to put a cool effect on my voice, but he didn't do it. So I hope he does it on this one, because he's gonna mix. He's gonna mix my podcast. Yep. So invest in yourself. This segment is where I give Roberto Jimenez $5,000 imaginary dollars, and I'm gonna do 5,000 because I don't know, because I want to be able to get everything that you need for a studio. Yeah. And if he has leftover money, he can invest it into whatever he wants. But no,
maybe a haircut.
Yeah, maybe a haircut. But yeah, so he's basically gonna invest what you need as someone who wants to start a studio, wants to start recording people, whether you're an artist and want to, like, take your music to the next level, or if you're someone who wants to just start a studio in their room and record other artists. Yeah. So I'm going to give him my iPhone, and we're actually going to screen record it this time, not mess up. We got to stop it. Don't lock my phone. Okay. And here you go, sir. What's the first thing that you're going to get? Okay.
First thing I would do, you need a computer. you need a computer, right? So I'm just going to tap. Excuse me. I'm thinking you definitely want to probably do a desktop. I would only say probably start with a laptop, just because it is mobile. So if you go to another studio or something, you could take that laptop, because you probably won't be able to afford the laptop with the desktop. Like, I wasn't, so it's like, but if you have that type of money, you know. But let's see, let's do like a MacBook Pro 13-inch. And it doesn't really matter about the size or anything, because you could always get another, like I do. I have like a little TV. A fun fact, actually, I won the TV my senior year at the grad party in a raffle, and it's crazy because I've been using it ever sinse. And
sick. It's so just win a TV at your grad party and use that as your second monitor.
As my second monitor, yep. So crazy. But yeah, so you really don't need anything with, like, a crazy big screen.
I want to see this shit.
I accidentally put case instead of.
Come on now.
I'll just put MacBook Pro. Do they sell that on Amazon?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there we go. We got some. So we'll really go with, okay, not any MacBooks. These are expensive.
You got $5,000. It's gotta last.
Man, this is already like almost 1,500. Okay, we'll do. Okay, this is a 256 gigs. We want to go a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, so a good. The reason why I picked this one in particular is I was looking at the specs. It's 50-inch Retina display, which is cool. You know, yeah, big enough to, like, see. Let's see. It has like some turbo boost thing. It sounds good, so I like that. We'll do I'm not a huge computer person, you know. So the way I'm looking at this, not knowing too much about computers, I do know that an i7 processor is amazing. That means your computer's gonna run really fast, which is good, especially with Pro Tools and big sessions. 16 gigs of memory is great. I had to upgrade mine, and the 512 gig of SSD storage is really good. So I feel like that's something good to start out with. Next, what you need is, now that you got your MacBook, you most likely need a software. So let's go with Pro Tools. Pro Tools is probably the best thing we could do. Oh, look at that. There's actually a little kit thing here. There's a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface full studio bundle with Pro Tools. No, we will not do that. So this one is $600. It's Avid Pro Tools 2018 download card plus iLock. So we'll do that. That's perfect. The iLock costs about $50 on its own. So yeah, it's good to have something with that. So you need that to record. So now you have a software. Now you have your laptop to record. You use your software. So now you need an interface. The best interface that I still use to this day, it's not like, it's a good starting one, I want to say, is the Scarlett. It's really good. The preamp in there is really great. You're going to get at least, decent quality. All right, so we got the Scarlett interface. Let's see. Then a mic. We could get a, what's my budget right now? Where are we at? We're at 3,000. The first thing I think is like a TLM 103. We'll just get a TLM for what it is. Good condenser microphone. Very good quality. You won't, and the reason why I'm picking this is because it kind of like excludes you having to have a good preamp, because you definitely want to have some type of analog preamp running through with the mic. The Scarlett's good enough, but if you get a TL103, especially starting, you could get away with it. You're definitely gonna get a really good, like good enough quality, if not, actually decent, pretty good. The last thing I could think of is besides headphones, you need headphones with Audio Technicas. That's what I was trying to say.
It's probably hard doing that with one hand, huh?
Yeah, it's a little hard.
Hold your mic?
No, it's good. It's good. We'll just do the let's do this, the 30s and the 40s. I personally have the 40s. I didn't believe in the 50s at first, but Scott actually put me on the 50s, and I might get those.
Cop the 50s next?
Yeah, I might just cop the 50s. All right, so we are at 4,445.
Oh man. It's expensive, guys.
Okay, so let's add the Waves Gold package right now, because you're gonna need some type of plugin to run. Okay. I've spent thousands and thousands on plugins. Let's see, and then we'll do some JBL monitors. We'll do the 5-inch JBL monitors, $100. So pretty much to look back, I'd get the MacBook Pro, Pro Tools, the new Pro Tools with an iLock, the Scarlett Focusrite, a TLM 103 microphone, Audio Technica headphones, and a gold wave bundle of. People would prefer diamond, but with this type of budget, I would stick with waves. You at least have basic good compressors and EQs and stuff like that to just to be able to mix and record properly. And
so sounds like a lot, but
and a hard drive.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets expensive. It gets very expensive, but
I mean, I would say you don't have to buy all that in the beginning.
No.
Work your way up. Use your mom's old laptop. Find a mic at wherever. Find one on eBay. Yeah. Find something anywhere, and just learn.
No, yeah. Personally, me, I started with my dad's laptop. I started with some speakers, not even monitors, just some speakers that I had, and then a little APC 40 thing, and that's it. And I would just and a little keyboard, and yeah, that's pretty much how I started.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So and then over the years, I started that in high school. Probably the next 5 years, I just kept investing into my stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then too, also, you can always collab with friends who also have
definitely
stuff that you don't have.
That's what I did with Carrick.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Pulling up the Instagram questions.
Let's get it.
People ask Kombat.
Okay.
All right. Danny304 asks, when did you start producing?
I started producing, I want to say in high school, so probably when I was like 13, 14. But I've always been like even on the piano though, I was always like making up melodies and stuff. So, but actually producing, I want to say I started like freshman year of high school.
Okay, cool. And that was probably Elijah. King Elijah Official asked, what's your favorite anime?
Oh, okay. This is a good one. This is one that I watched recently with my dad. It's called I forgot the name of it completely, but it's about goals, and it's like some like they like transform into like crazy stuff. Like they get hungry, they eat humans and stuff. It's crazy. I really like that one.
You guys know what he's talking about? Comment that. below.
Yeah. Comment that below, please.
Yams Visuals asked, what was something difficult that you had to get over in your career to where you are to be where you are now?
Oh, literally recently just happened. So pretty much when I had a good amount of clients at my parents' house, and pretty much they kind of gave me an ultimatum. Like, too many people were coming in. It was it's their house, so they kind of like, you need to find a spot to record these people and do it full time. You have to figure this out. So they gave me up to a certain date to get out or to get my studio out, and after that day I would like have to stop recording, and I almost got a facility and all this bunch of stuff, and nothing. I did every possible option I could have possibly done, and it all failed.
You were even recording at someone else's house.
I was recording at someone else's house. I went through like 3
Shout out
business
FK.
partners. Shout out FK, man. FK saved my ass. Like, he's the reason why I am here like right now. You know, like he allowed me to make money still.
Shout out me.
Shout out Tyler.
I was the one who gave you that
Tyler
idea.
was the one that gave you the idea.
Yeah.
That is right. Yeah, Tyler did give me the idea.
Shout out me.
Hit a bunch of studios. But yeah, it was very hard. I wasn't making income through that, and I was trying to figure out different ways to still make income while looking for a place. And it was super, super hard. And I went through very low points. And but I went through it, and now I have a house with the with the studio in it. So it's like
sick.
So yeah.
Next question. The Odd Farmer. Will there be any more Fuego hits, my man?
Oh man, we're just getting started with Far Gone.
With Fuego hits.
With Fuego hits. Yeah, for Far Gone was a Fuego hit. So.
All right.
No, but we're just getting started. The whole EP that I'm coming out with is gonna be crazy. Like I feel like I'm finally finding my sound and my style and just me. So yeah.
All right, cool. Next on Infinite Rhythm, but I don't know if these are directed towards Infinite Rhythm. What was something difficult that? Nope, that's the same question. Shout out to Yams Visuals.
Okay.
Rob 510, Rob D 510. Shout out Rob D 510. I don't think you ever met him. He's the homie.
Okay.
What's your go-to compressor?
Oh, my go-to compressor right now. Well, I do use multiple compressors on a vocal, so I want to say right now I've been loving Nectar 2's compressor. It has a really cool parallel feature on it. I really like that, and it's that one. And my go-to definitely, I want to say with anything, is the R compressor in the Waves bundle. I believe the Gold Waves. It's really it's nice. It's just like it's a solid good compressor. It sounds good. So yeah.
Sweet. All right, not a question, just saying. Awesome beats, the Odd Farmer.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome beats. Berto's going to be dropping some beats. So we're going to wrap this up quickly. Berto, what are the plans for the future? Just real quick, sum it up.
Summing up real fast. So continuing on with the business, we do have recording, mixing, and mastering. Right now, we are expanding into beat production. I will be releasing catalogs with like at least 20, 30 beats at a time. For all my artists out there, and then also I want to start tutorials as well. So I'm trying to take the Tyler Casey route, you know what I'm saying? And I would definitely want to just give back to everybody. I do a lot of effects that people like, and a lot of different stutters and just crazy different things that people don't really even know how to come up with or do. So I definitely want to be able to show that part of it, and hopefully you guys could do it too.
And then Future with Kombat.
I want to keep pursuing just like I want to do a bunch of features after my EP drops. Just a lot. I want to really just.
What's the name of the EP?
Return of the Dragon.
Sick.
EP. So yeah, I just wanna go hard with that. I wanna push it. I wanna learn a lot about artist marketing and stuff. I want to definitely get a lot into the business side as well, more. And just like keep pushing myself. I want to perform more. I'm trying to eventually, get on a tour and everything. That's all something I have my future goals. But I definitely want to make sure my business is more in a foundation before I just start going off and doing crazy stuff.
Sweet. All right. So if you guys want to get some beats later on, make sure to hit up Kombat or Infinite Rhythm Productions. You can find him on his Instagram. It's Kombat_K. And that's Kombat with a K, not COM. It's KOM.
KOM.
And then check him out on Infinite Rhythm.
Infinite Rhythm. It's Infinite_Rhythm.
And we'll link all that below.
Boom.
Make sure to follow him there on Instagram. And he has a YouTube channel as well. Does vlogs. And yeah, you're going to see Kombat on my channel as well.
Yep.
If you guys want to see the studio kit that he built, I'll link that below as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, you have a secret word that you want people to say?
Oh,
we should have done it in the middle because I feel like people skip around at the end.
Yeah, people do skip around that.
I don't know though. It's still pretty long. It's a long one. What's your secret?
This is going with the marketing. Type in Far Gone if you.
Hey. Shout out Far Gone.
Shout out Far Gone. Yeah, and then thank you for having me, Tyler. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was tight. The podcast is now on iTunes. It's on Google Play. It's on SoundCloud. It's on YouTube. So make sure, leave a comment on iTunes. Leave a review. Still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this podcast. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to let me know. So I'll keep doing it. I'm going to try and drop them on Wednesdays, I think, because Wolf Talk Wednesday sounds tight.
Yep.
And that's it. Make a wolf sound.
Oh.
That was hot.
Thanks.
We out.
Kinky.